Hi, welcome back to the CyberKafe, and these are our cafe sessions. We are having a conversation, a longer version, a guest, and it is amazing. So, have you ever wondered how your bank or your application knows that it is really you who is logging into the mobile app and not someone else pretending to be you? Or how your workplace knows exactly which files you are allowed to open and which ones are off limits without checking manually every single time? That is something called Identity and Access Management, or IAM. So, Identity and access management is essentially the system that answers two questions every single time you try to access anything digital. First, we need to know, are you really who you say you are? And then we need to know that what are you exactly allowed to do? Now, this is important because all of us, everyone, interacts with digital channels, right? So if it fails, if employees are having more access than they need, former staff can log into systems, this can actually lead to successful attacks. So today I sat down with someone who lives and breathes in this world every single day, an identity and access management specialist in a financial institution, and we're going to understand how did she find herself in that space, how did she grow into it, how has she found life, how has she interacted with other people, how can someone get into that career right now, what is critical, what is her day like, so that we can know what people in this space actually do. So stick around and enjoy this conversation and get to know more a little bit about different roles within the tech space. And by the end of this conversation, you are going to be looking at every login screen a bit differently. Perfect. So, hi guys, welcome back to the Cyber Cafe. And today is a bit different. We are having our first cafe session, a conversation around technology, around humanity, and trying to break down concepts of what exactly we do in technology. So, this is our first guest, and we're excited to hear stories from different people. So prepare to get to know more about us and about her. And yeah, it's very exciting. Here at the Cyber Cafe, my name is Femias. We speak tech in the everyday language for the everyday man, breaking down concepts to make sure everyone understands a bit more of what is on the other side of technology. So, into our conversation, we have a very amazing person. I'm going to be introducing her. She is a wonderful lady working in technology. She's been in this space for a while. She'll be telling us more about her journey, and we shall be learning more about what it means to be in a space she finds herself in and how it looks like. So, her name is Clare Amutuhaire, and she is an identity and access management specialist. She's been doing this for quite a while, and so she's now achieved the title of expert or specialist. Welcome, Claire.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm well. How are
I'm
you?
all right. I'm very excited that you've come.
I'm
Finally.
excited to be here.
Finally.
Excited to be here as the first guest.
As the first guest.
Mm,
Pioneering this.
yeah.
you are going to set the standards so high.
Hope so.
I
Fingers
know
crossed.
so. I know so. I believe in you so much. But I also know that you have so much to share. And I'm excited for that. Welcome again. Now, before we start, I think we're going to start with first tell us how this week has been, what has made you smile this week, something you're grateful for. Yeah, something like that.
So this week has been, and I'm happy to be here.
Yay!
I'm happy to be here as a guest. Looking forward to everything and other questions that will come up. This week has been a bit busy on my side,
Yeah.
but every week has to end. So the week ended and we are still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it has been a fruitful week. It has been busy, but fruitful. So it has been fast-paced, but we managed to achieve like everything we set our minds to this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, that is a small milestone, which is
Definitely.
a big milestone. Sometimes you plan the week, nothing goes to plan.
Yeah.
But this week we managed to achieve very many things.
But that's a good thing. I think that very many times we are just scrolling to the weekend.
Yeah.
So it's good to look back and say, okay, at least I did A, B, C, and D, and I managed to achieve that. So kudos to you. At least something made you smile.
True.
Yeah. So again, to sort of set the space, I would like to know like something about you from the past. Hmm? Tell us about when you were young as a teenager. What did you think you were going to do? What were your aspirations, your dreams? When you looked ahead, you're like, this is what I'm going to be in the future.
Yeah. So I'd always thought I'd be a doctor.
Oh,
I'd always thought I'd be a doctor. Why? Because I used to feel sorry for everybody.
yeah.
If someone was in pain, I'd be like, oh my God, if I knew how to fix you, I'd fix you. But I don't have the skills. I don't know this thing. But I also thought I'd be fixing things because from my history, I had a history of trying to find out what is breaking a machine and seeing what's inside it. So I thought maybe I'd be fixing things. That was the line. I'd either be fixing people or fixing things. Yeah.
Either way, I'm fixing
Something, yeah, I had to fix something. That was the dream.
At least I hope you find yourself fixing things somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't want those skills to be lost.
No, we're still putting it into practice, fixing things. Different things. Different things only,
Just
but
as long as
it's fixing, yeah.
it works.
Mm.
It's nice to know that because we have so many aspirations, and as we are growing up, we discover so many other things about ourselves.
Sure.
Yeah. But now you're a woman in tech, you are making moves, and everyone maybe when they look at you, they see you in that line. So there has to be another side of you. First, tell us about those other non-techy things. Tell us the most non-techy thing about you. That if anyone heard it, they would be so surprised. Those people who know you as a specialist that you are.
So, what? The number of things that are non-techy about me.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't present myself as a person in tech.
Is
If
it?
someone finds me, they would never know that I'm in tech. They'd be like, I don't know what she does, but may not be
there.
tech. May not be. It doesn't look like. It doesn't come out fast like tech.
Yeah.
But I do like cooking. I'd be watching cooking shows, or so I also try to experiment on those. I think I'm kind of artsy, so I could do crocheting, knitting stuff, trying to draw. I used to love art, so drawing.
Yeah.
So I'm passionate about art. I'm also passionate about mental health. So in a given setting, it may not be like formally, but in a setting I wouldn't talk about my tech side. If I'm like in a community or at an event or something. The first thing I would talk about is not tech. It's be talking about mental health, uh, the kind of trauma people have grown up with, the kind of perceptions, and that is like my go-to conversation.
So
before
you don't
tech.
necessarily present
Yeah,
as,
not that much.
yeah, and I think that's something that maybe it's misconception about people in tech. Everyone thinks you're always behind computers. We are
We are human people out there.
And I think that's why we're creating this space to sort of make it relatable,
True.
so that people can understand that, okay, even and it's not that people think you're not people. It's just the assumption that all you do is you're always in your computer. You don't relate. You don't get out of that space. So it's nice to know that
That we are human.
Yeah,
There's a human behind the person.
Human, but we don't know.
We're not sure.
Yeah,
There are real
sure.
people with real problems.
Yeah, and then I agree with that. I also believe the same thing about myself. Yeah, tech comes through because somehow it connects, but when I'm in a space of music, I love to be there. When I'm in a space of, I just think that you just phase out and go into another space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice. And I think now we know a little bit more about you.
Sure.
Yeah. So, Claire, we see you now, we see the beauty, we see the abilities, we see the amazing work, because you can wake up and do these things out of, your sleep. You've done them over and over. And I know over time we're going to understand exactly what you do. But just maybe give us a background of how do you find yourself here? What has the past been like? Don't give us the CV version, but the version that actually shows us a bit of the journey and the unexpected turns, the things that sort of shocked you on your way, and how you find yourself as an identity and round specialist.
Yeah. So when I came out of campus, when I was at campus, I did computer science.
Yeah.
And when I completed, at that point, I wasn't even sure about this computer science thing. I was like, let's first get a job. So the goal was to get a job, to do something. So I did some secretarial work. Then I became a teller at a bank, and I spent a few years there. But while I was there, after like 2 years, a year or two, I asked myself, I told myself, what am I doing? I feel like I'm not getting anything out of this, of course, apart from the pay. But then I'm not getting a skill, I'm not learning anything. So then I started to learn. I went back to school when I was a tailor. So I'd try to work first. When it's time to leave, I leave first, and then I go to my evening classes. And I think they helped me. First, the people I found there in the classes helped me realize that there are other people who are learning these things, and even people who are already in technology at that time who are in the same class. So I felt like I belonged somewhere.
Yeah.
So I joined, studied, finished, and then I saw ads for a job in technology within the same bank, and I applied to a number of them, and then I got one. And then that is how I later found myself here in this space. Yeah, the identity space.
Well, that's interesting. And when you say a point where you reach and you're wondering, what am I doing here? I think that is a very critical moment. Is there a certain personality trait or skill that you think helped you move? Was it, I am tired of this, I need to do better, I need to move, or I feel I can have more in me? And what kind of personality trait in you that pushed you to say, okay, now I'm going to study, I'm going to go? Is it curiosity? Is it personal? How do you think that happened?
I think it would be curiosity. I always liked, I don't know what they call it, tinkering. So so even when I was at the branch, as the in-house IT person of the computer is acting up, so I try to fix it, then call the IT guys. Yeah, I try to fix it. So I would be like, okay, if I would do this by myself, like what if one time these guys are busy, they can't help us? So I'd try and learn to let's say, fix a certain error, then I'll be like, oh, last time this thing happened, well, with that guy on a call, and he did this and he did this. So trying to be curious and learn more. Yeah. And then not forgetting what I actually had studied. I felt for a while I had felt like my degree was to waste because I wasn't using it. Felt like so I tried to remember and be like, yeah, and be like, I studied these things. I think I can do them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, trying to do them.
Definitely, that makes a lot of sense. And I know many people in technology find themselves that way. Others are like, I have to get work because you have to find yourself work.
You need to earn.
You need to earn. And even if you're going back to school, you have to sometimes pay for that school.
True.
So you have to be doing something. And I think that's the challenge most of us, especially like, I don't want to do anything that doesn't relate to my degree.
And I think that's a wrong perception because somehow you'll find your way back if you put the time into it. So it doesn't matter if you've done your degree and then you have to stop using it for a while and then divert for the short time, and then later you could pick it up.
Well, that's, I think, amazing insight. So now you have moved from the teller, you are in this new field. Do you feel ready? Is there someone that took a chance on you? And how did it now feel moving from the teller? Was there a knowledge you carried with yourself that you feel like moved a bit of a dial in your work?
So my first IT role was IT. It was system admin, but stroke like help desk. So the fact that I had used most of the tools at that hill, so I would easily fix some things. But I think my first managers in IT, surprisingly, they were both called Raymond.
Oh, nice.
Raymond and Raymond.
Men in tech.
Men in tech supporting women in tech. So they did. I think they did a good job. First of all, taking a chance on me because I didn't have the experience for the job, and it hadn't really been a high experience job. I think what they were looking for. Later we had a chat, and that's what they were looking for was someone who can be teachable. So apparently I displayed the qualities of being teachable. And they took a chance of me, taught me what I needed to know, because once you're from a non-tech field now, you're on a different side.
Yeah.
So the things you are looking at front end are not the same things you're looking at now. So I learned with the two Raymonds, Raymond and Raymond, and they taught me and handheld me for a while. And then I learned, then I grew up from there. Yeah.
And I think very many times there is an assumption that when we are encouraging women to come up and take spaces, it's an assumption that we are pushing as if men are not helping us. But I think it's a misconception.
True.
Because the idea of pushing women is to encourage them that they have ability to do it. It's not to say that men are stopping them from doing it.
I think the best way to look at it would be, it's not about men or women. It's like you've identified someone who wants to do the work, and you're supporting them. Whether they were male, if they were willing to do the work, they would do it. Whether they were female, if they were willing to do the work, they would still do it. So the encouragement and the teaching should probably be the same.
That's very nice and a very good perspective. So we want to encourage men out there and thank you for supporting us,
Yes.
giving us opportunities, but also encouraging women. We see how you encourage women to do the things that they're doing. Speaking of being women in tech, did you ever feel like there is some sort of navigation you need to do to get around some roles or some tasks just because you're a woman? Does it affect, or is there a certain strength that you have that make it, because it's two-sided? What do you think about that?
So I think I've been fortunate. I've not in the places I've worked, I've not been in a place where I've been discriminated against or the like for being a woman.
Yeah.
So I've had support of my male colleagues, male leadership, both male and female leadership as well. So I've not really experienced that the place or a place where someone is telling you you can't speak in this meeting because you're female. I've not really experienced it.
That's actually nice.
Yes, but I've had to learn the general life of there's some people who you have to learn to approach. You need help from, if you need help, and everybody would know that if you need help from so and so, you need to maybe find them in the morning. In the morning, they're not they're a better person in the morning than they would be later in the evening. So it doesn't matter if they're male or female. You learn the dynamics of your work and the people you work with. Of if I'm going to catch this person to approve, I need to find them on a day when they are not preparing like for board, where they're not preparing for, where it's not end of month, because you're going to find somebody who's already busy and stressed. Things are not going well in their space. And then you'll ask them for your own things.
And you want them now.
And you want them now.
They're urgent.
They're urgent for you.
Agenda.
Yes, they're urgent for you, but they're not urgent for them because they have more urgent things in their plates. So then the person will maybe respond in an unexpected way, and then you'll think they are discriminating against you because you're female, and it may not be the case.
So it should be internal work.
Yes.
Ideally, you should have that in you that you're experiencing people regardless of who they are.
Regardless of who they are, you're experiencing them, and also you as an individual also have your bad days. So if someone is going to judge you by your bad day and say, but I found that chick, she was not receptive, she was not responsive, so in my mind they're not responsive. So you also have your days. So I think navigating each day as it comes, and person in the moment, you experience the person, and you don't experience the person once and judge them, because you may try upon them on their worst day.
Well, that's very nice and very insightful. I think you have nailed it when you bring the perspective of humanity to the workplace, because it's not necessarily a reflection of who I am or how I perceive you. It's just work and the day to day. So people usually talk about imposter syndrome, and especially when you're navigating these fields of technology that are ever changing, and every day you have to be knowing new things to combat the new things that are in our space. Have you ever felt that, and how do you relate with it? How do you navigate it? Because we have this whole thing of fake it until you make it. Do you duck lose yourself? How do you how have you managed that along the journey you've taken?
So I think imposter syndrome is, I think, for everybody at some point. Everybody does experience it in different ways. So you reach in an environment and find that people there know better than you, and people have been there longer. So, and now you're trying to fit in, maybe to support them. You're supporting somebody who already knows more than you know. So you have to find a way to ask them to. You have to find a way to learn as you also support. But I think what I've learned is the basics matter. You know your basics. If, let's say, like I'm in the identity and access management space, I know my basics, and the basics are the same everywhere. It may be a new environment, but the basics are literally the same. It may be now in the age of cloud, in the age of AI, the basics still the same. If we need users to be approved, users are approved in the past, in past systems, in current systems, and even in the future systems, they will still be approved. So the basic is that. Now you learn to build onto it. You build onto it step by step. You learn as you go. You don't stop learning, because if you say, oh my God, I don't fit in here, I don't fit in here, you keep telling yourself you don't fit in there, you're not doing anything about it, how will you improve? So you have to learn the environment you've entered, learn the people that you work with, and also ask for help, because there's someone out there who knows what you're looking for. Like right now, you don't, if let's say you don't feel confident about a certain aspect, and now you have a choice to choose whether A, you ask about it, or B, you wallow and tell yourself, oh my God, I can't do this, it's so hard, I don't know this, I've not been here, I'm so done. But there's someone else there who you could ask, there are multiple people.
Yeah.
And not everybody knows everything. So we leverage on each other. So you ask someone one aspect. Let's say now in the AI space, you know someone who is doing this like daily. For you, you're meeting it for the first time. So you ask them, you go learn your basics and be like, okay, AI, the general picture is AI is this, AI is this. So you ask the other person, how is it fitting in our environment? I see that your role right now is AI engineer. So how do you fit? Yes, what does that mean? Like in our current environment, this workplace we are in, what do you do? Like, and people are actually willing to talk about their work. If you ask them, nobody is going to be standing at a corner telling you, this is what I do, this is what I do. But yes, nobody is announcing from the rooftop. You have to get up and ask them about it, and then they'll be willing to share. Sometimes you shadow them, work with them in with a journey, ask them to help you. And if it is work, you have a deadline, bring them in, let them support you as opposed to doing bad work. Because you don't have the correct information, you don't have the right information, and now you're messing up, yet there's somebody out there who can support. Yeah.
I think that's amazing. You have broken it down in a very nice way that everyone is going to at some point feel that, and it doesn't stop regardless of how long you've been working.
True.
As long as you have a new task, you have a new leader, you have a new environment, you will always have that feeling of it's new and I need to figure out what to do. So you have given us the right tools or the right mindset to navigate some of those things. Now I like that in your conversation you started actually breaking down some of the things we do. And I feel like this is the time now. We want to understand. Imagine you're like a 5-year-old at a dinner table. We don't have enough capacity to keep listening, but want to understand what does identity and access management mean? What is that? Take us through your job, like a 5-year-old.
5-year-old might be young. Let's do like a teenager.
Okay, like a teenager. Tell us what exactly does it mean? What you do?
So my role is identity and access management specialist, and I take care of identities. So identities are users. They could be users who are people. They could be users who are accounts. So whenever, let's say we're in an environment of work, the people there are identities. The computers they have identities. The systems they use have identities. So looking after those individual components or individual groups group categories is what we do. So we ask questions like, who gave you that access? Who approved it? Do you need it? And then at the end of we take care of the join and mover life cycle of a person has joined the organization. We take care of the process to create them, the process when a person moves. So we take care of the processes and the flows of how this join and mover leave activity happened. So and at the end of at the end of a cycle, let's say join and mover leaver, the leaver part is when someone is exiting the organization. We make sure that the person is off in a timely manner, because the processes would stipulate how long it takes for a person to be off. Then we also do take care or make sure that every activity done by an identity can be accounted for, or in case we have somebody trying to find, let's say we're looking for a transaction which happened 10 days ago, have to make sure it's traceable of from what we see, we have a log from what we see, this so and so logged in and this is what they did. So we have to, that is also part of the identity and access management space.
Wow.
I don't know if the teenager has understood this thing.
I think they are going to be more specialists soon. Ideally, it is so interesting that when you're at school, you don't know what actually people do. when they go to the office, right? So hearing someone like you see yourself in them, they are lady, they are Ugandan, and they're actually doing this. I think you're able to think, okay, if I'm doing computer science, if I'm doing software engineering or computer engineering, that's something I could be interested in. And so I think it's good that you've been able to break down that. Now, it is also part of security and governance, also managing risk. But maybe you could take us through the common mistakes around identity that could leave our environment vulnerable, which speaks into the security bit.
On our side, in the identity and access management space, the common mistakes are leaving identities there, leaving users in the system, then leaving users in the system who have exited, forgetting things like legacy systems. As you're moving to newer systems, somehow there's a system in the background there which works, but nobody's really taking care of it. Nobody knows if someone left from it. I think that is like one of the most common. And someone may, if let's say you get hacked, someone could use that identity which has not been taken care of. It's from the past, and then pivot from there and escalate to your new environment. So I'm a firm believer that we shouldn't forget if a system is not in use, decommission it, remove it. If a server is not in use, don't just keep it idle, switch it off because it's not required. Yes.
Well, that's nice. And I think very many people we like new things. I am a beginner of things. I like whenever there is
You have to start something new.
Yes, I've even started to challenge myself to say, I'm not starting something new until I finish this one thing, so that I can at least work on that thing. So we like new things, but every time it's good to trace back and say, okay, where have we been? Have we taken care of that part? I think when we speak about these things here on the CybaKafe, sometimes it sounds like we're threatening people, we're scaring people. But it's good to have a perspective of, if we don't do this, this is what could actually, happen. But maybe you could take us through the biggest gap you see, what organizations think about security, and what does it look like on the inside. Like, very many organizations sometimes don't know how to quantify it as a risk. We invest in so many other things, but we take it as something we shall take care of if need arises. How would you encourage businesses to take care of that part, especially even relating to identity?
I think the one thing that organizations sometimes think is that they don't need security, as in they don't need it that much. We could go ahead and deploy this solution. We don't need them. But that is when things are going well.
Yeah.
Then when things go wrong, then you're like, oh my God, we should have had a security person look at it, and then sometimes when things break, you notice let's say you deploy a new solution and the vendor still has a profile in that solution. Something happens at the vendor, the third party is compromised, and then they pivot from there, and nobody has ever thought to check because it wasn't important, and the system was running, everything was fine. So I think that would also would give the perception of security being expensive. First of all, organizations think that it's expensive, it takes time, it takes a lot of time, and it has very many questions of I've come to you with my solution. Why are you asking me if it's going to be in the cloud or not? It works. It doesn't matter where it is, it works. Don't touch it, it works. So that kind of perception, and I think, is one of the things that would fail a business, because you cannot prepare enough for the changing world in technology. And also awareness of everybody. Security is being left to the security people. That's their thing. that's their thing. Let them handle their monkey. But somehow, because we have devices, so you also have to be security aware as an individual, not because you're a security person, but because you're an individual. You wouldn't want someone to hack into your phone.
Yeah.
That means that you have to take measures for yourself, put biometric on your phone, use a pattern, use a pin, use a password. Somehow you have to protect yourself. So in those small ways, you're just a security person.
Yeah.
You don't have to be doing security.
I am also a firm believer in awareness, and when you raise it that way, I think it helps business owners take it. They should take it personally. And there are some organizations where they have an IT person and they charge that person with software development, IT business, security, and everything. And it becomes really, the person is not able to spread themselves thin.
Yeah, because it's a lot.
It is a lot. So I think it's good for businesses to understand the risk that security is. Speaking of the risk, what is that one thing that keeps you up at night? You know you have done your work, you've done what you are paid to do, but there's still a risk you carry with you that is, even other people in the world don't probably know that it exists, but it comes with the virtue of being in your role.
So I think for us, I speak for myself though, but in our space, I think our biggest risk is an insider threat. Because an insider threat would be like, I've set up the system right, I've given the credentials to the right person, I've been reviewing their access, I can see their logs, but as the individual who is going to log in using these correct credentials is misusing it or is giving access to a wrong person. So that's kind of a risk that is it's an accepted risk everywhere, because you cannot know like someone's heart or someone's next move. But that keep me awake at night. It's something that you wonder about, of what if someone is misusing this tool we've given them to work there, and that is on them. It's actually not on you as yes, as a person who works, or they're leaking information there because they have access to the information. They need it for their work, so you cannot remove that access. But what if they're misusing it?
Wow.
So it's a risk I think it's a risk that generally has been well accepted. And yes, so that is why the awareness bit is important. For need to know what they're doing and repercussions, because once you find that you're misusing the information, or there's always repercussions. It may be regulatory, maybe prison, because of, it could be leaking someone's information and then they sue you and then they arrest you.
I'm just thinking about it, but you have totally no control.
You have no control because it's someone's. You rely on the trust.
Hoping that the contract will hold them accountable, the consequences will hold them accountable. You do your part, and prayer is a strategy.
Yes, prayer is a strategy.
Speaking of that, could you take us through like what a bad day looks like in your workspace? Like, if you imagine the worst thing that could happen, what would that day look like? Oh, what is the bad day you experienced? Without giving us, of course, the specific details.
Let's imagine a situation. Hypothetically speaking, you wake up one morning and maybe everyone cannot access all the servers.
Oh my god.
You wake up one morning and everyone cannot access all the servers. And it's end of month, it's reporting time, so it's high periods for everybody. Everybody in an end of month reports. And let's say that same day is when we're having our friends from the audit space giving you a visit.
And the soil swallow you now.
And I drag you out of that soil to come and answer to these things. So one, the access issues, people failing to access a resource, would keep you on your toes. Something that you have to think fast. You have to think fast while you're working towards making sure this thing. And then you need to know what happened, because what if you were hacked? What if there is somebody crawling in your environment and you don't know? So you have to know what happened. Simultaneously, you have to fix it so that work can go on, because this is a business. You can't be losing money. As the longer you're off, the more we're losing money. So you have to restore. And also you have to take care of this relationship with your friends, the auditors who have arrived. They have they have their plan. They know that they're reviewing your work today, and they're here. So that, I think that would be a bad day.
That would just be a terrible day.
Yes,
That would be a
that would be a
terrible
bad
day
day. Yeah.
and a terrible week. I don't know.
And all those things do take time. The restoration, the finding who did what.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. So it would be a very long day.
Yeah. I'm imagining how that speaks to your capacity to manage yourself at work and at home, and being able to survive and exist in this. So let's like talk about now balancing your world, your entire world, because you are the same person showing up at work. You have such a day, then you have home, you have life, you have friends. How there is this concept of work-life balance, which some people say is a myth, but like, what are your thoughts around it?
Well, work-life balance, I think it's not a real thing. Because what is balance? Ideally, balance would, in the ideal sense, balance would be 50-50 of 50 at work and 50 at home, but that's not realistic. Because truth be told, work, sometimes you carry your work home, and sometimes you carry your home to work. So if someone pisses you off at home, you may bring this anger into the workspace. And if someone pisses you off at work, you may bring the anger home. So it's just trying every day to prioritize. You do, because now on this long day we've seen, right now that is a priority.
Yeah.
So you may have to sacrifice sleep for that. If you add, let's say, plans that evening, surely you're not going to leave the place on fire and go out.
Yes.
You're not going to leave the place on fire and then you go out. So it would be, you do that, you move. Yeah, so you plan each day. If you strive to achieve 50-50, I think it will be unrealistic. So you try each day to prioritize, and then you can't now say at the end the whole week you're going to be there, maybe without seeing your children.
Yeah.
At least compensate them at the end of the week. You haven't gotten a chance to see them very much during the week.
Yeah.
But allocate the weekend and be like, this weekend strictly no work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice, but okay, I totally understand and I agree with you. But in some pockets, there's a way you also have to take care of yourself. So maybe you can just highlight as like 2 or 3 things that you do that are for yourself, so that when you are now coming back to work or you're coming to this bad day, you are able to say, okay, at least there is some pockets of spaces where it's just for me, like your personal side.
So I think they change. The things I choose to do some things for myself every day.
Yeah.
I first make sure I sleep when I can.
Sleep is important.
Yes, it's important. That sleep when I can. If let's say it's not that long day, not every day will be that long hard day.
Yeah.
So sometimes you might sleep a bit earlier, you get to rest, then talk to the people you love, the friends you have, family you have, interact with them, then do random things, like everything doesn't have to be planned. You could decide to, let's say now, start buy a coloring book, color, do a puzzle, things like that. Small things, they fit into your day.
Yeah, that's amazing. At least you don't self, because you can end up spending your whole year and you can't find space
Abandon
for
yourself.
your family, your children.
And take care of your health. Your health is important.
True.
The dentist needs you.
Yeah. He needs to see his
He
teeth.
needs to see the teeth. Your wellness, hospitals do offer an annual check for wellness. So once in a while, pop in there, once a year, pop in there, let them check your health, see how you are, so that you don't delay. You might have something small, and then if you leave it unattended, it grows. So health is important. And if you're not okay, please go to the hospital. The workplace, unfortunately, is not going to run down. It will continue. Unfortunately or fortunately, the work will always be there, but you might not if you don't take care of yourself. So you need to take care of your health. I know sometimes commitment is someone will say you're committed to work if you come under rain, under sunshine, you're sick, you're dying, you have your IV in your hand, and you're at work. Sometimes it may not honestly be worth it. You need to take you're sick, you're not you're not giving 100% to work, you're not giving 100% to your health. So literally you're even not giving your best while you're at work during that time. It's not a win-win. It's a loss. But everyone is losing. Even the people who are asking you for things at work are like, this person you're asking is not okay, but let's try.
And I think we want to also thank the bosses who try to create that space, a safe space for people to not feel that stretch. Because sometimes there's that guilt of I'm abandoning my work to be here in hospital, I'm recovering from maybe an infection. And the more your superior tells you it's okay, take that time, I think it also relieves you of. But of course, we don't want to outsource the responsibility for our lives to someone else. It's just work environments contribute a lot to some of these habits. So you're out there, take care of yourself. You've had all these things about life and work. You need both.
and also the perspective of as an employee or someone working. If you start lying about sickness, people will find out. At one time, people will find out, and it puts you in a bad place because one day you'll be genuinely sick and they'll say, no, you're not, because they've seen your history. So if you create that kind of relationship where you're lying and getting away with it once, and then because you're going to lie that you're sick, and then you post on Instagram that you are on vacation
in the Bahamas.
And then they'll be like, this sick person is in the Bahamas. Next time you say you're sick, people will be like, no, you're not, you're going to the Bahamas again. So I think that also affects you're wanting to take time off, because you'll be like, last time I was sick, now I can't say I'm sick because I was just sick yesterday.
Right. Wow, thank you so much. You really highlighted so many touch points that I think very many young people will appreciate, but even people who are in the field, mid-level career can relate to. And it's very nice to see that behind a computer, behind identities, of course there is a human being, and that every other person can also become if they want to do that. So now we're moving to the fun part of the podcast. Yay! Called the fire round, lightning round. Only short answers.
Okay. No explanation whatsoever.
No need.
Okay.
Okay, but if you have to, you can just. But
no explanations.
Yes. So, certification or experience? If you could value one, which one is it?
Experience.
I'm inclined to ask why.
Because having one, both of them would actually be good together, but having a certification without experience may not take you far. Because you know these things theoretically, but you don't know them practically.
It's a real hot take, that one. That's a real hot take. What's the most overused phrase in cybersecurity right now?
AI.
Agentic.
Let's switch to AI.
Agentic. I don't like catchy phrases. Say, while there's good happening, there's always misconception everywhere. What's that one tool you cannot do your job without? Excel. That is so funny. I would not have expected it to be Excel.
It is Excel. Excel, and now that we're in the AI world, the AI works properly with the Excel to make things faster.
Okay, next one. Remote work. Is it a test or a blessing?
Blessing.
How?
You get to do more, and it seems like when you're at home, you feel more pissed.
Does it test your discipline though?
Of course,
Every day.
single day. Every single day.
Okay. Your go-to tech tool. Is it Twitter, LinkedIn? Which one do you prefer?
I've not used Twitter and very many other social media, but I think LinkedIn, it has more people who are talking about tech for work or for life than the other social media platforms.
Which book would you recommend?
Well,
or movie, depending on what you prefer.
Book or movie? Let's say everyone. When I say everyone, I think everybody needs a spiritual book. Bible, Quran.
That's a nice one.
Bible, Quran, yes. Depending on where you fall in spirituality.
That's
yes.
Very nice. That's a good one. So we have a lot of saturation. It's too much notifications everywhere. How do you unplug from technology sometimes?
One, get time and switch off your internet.
Blackout.
Yes. And then also take time and you censor. That's seasons of your life where you actually you don't need let's say what kind of ads, like there's some ads you don't need right now. Okay, let's say you subscribe to something when you're a bit like at campus of fun things which you are doing then, but at a given season there's some things you don't need, so you keep dropping off, so the subscriptions you have changed, and now you're subscribing to health, mental health, spiritual health. Yes. So your health is now important. So there are some things which I just try to reduce on the subscriptions and subscribe to some things. Yeah.
So what did you believe about the tech industry before you began, and now you know it was totally wrong and false?
I used to think that those people are just chilling.
Oh.
Those people are just chilling, and no, it didn't seem like they were doing much. Yeah, but when you reach, actually, they're actually doing much, much more. And they're doing it 24/7. When a person will be home and think of, oh my God, I had this issue during the day, but what if I tried this? And then they'll try it out. So their minds are always working 24/7. They don't get to clock out. There's no time like you reach and clock out.
That is true. So at the beginning, you told us what you wanted to be, and now we know who you are. But let's say you were not in tech. Knowing what you know now, what would you be doing?
Knowing what I know now, I think I would be maybe a therapist, counselor.
Oh, I think you do well.
maybe I'll be that, or I would be an those people who are at sea and free spirits, like backpacking around the world. Maybe it's a good dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another world maybe you could come back and but you can still choose to.
Yeah, maybe.
Pack up your bags
and go and adventure, walk around and then come back later.
Yeah, so that was fire round. I know it is still triggering. We have to like go deep into the questions, but it's really fun. As we're coming to the end of the conversation, which has really been amazing, thanks to you. Someone is out there wondering how can they get to take just starting, female or male, and maybe they've just come out of school or they're still in school. What would you advise them? What things should they carry with them if they don't listen to anything in this podcast? What would you encourage them to do? What qualities do you think they should keep?
So as someone who is coming from the university and trying to join tech,
or changing from another field?
Okay, first of all, if you're not everybody will get the chance to start from tech. I know that people who are in tech sometimes might have all people who are starting from anywhere have their specific line, but life is not like a line. It is series of ups and downs. So if you're new, you're coming from the university and you're looking for an opportunity, look for the tech opportunities, but also look for an opportunity to earn. And then as you earn, learn. Don't stop learning. Let's say even if you're at a job which is not tech, learn something that you want. A project where you want to see yourself. Let's say in the future I want to see myself as a SOC analyst. So what can I do now? What can I study now to prepare me for that opportunity if it comes up?
Yeah. Totally. So endless curiosity.
Yes, learn, practice. There's YouTube. There are all these AI tools. There are all these study platforms which are free. Some are paid for. The free versions are there. You study. Use those versions to study. There are free labs. Most like courses have free labs. You can test. The Try Hack Me. All those platforms will allow you to test your knowledge and gain a bit more experience than someone who hasn't tried out anything. So that when the opportunity comes, it will find you ready.
That's very true. And I think that is I think that's a gold mine, because they say there is that point where luck and preparation collide, and they call it the opportunity. So I think you are spot on with that. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you for hosting me.
I don't know if there is anything that you're working on that you'd like people to know, or if they should follow you on your socials. Would you like people to come and get to know you? Some people might be like, oh, I'd like to know more about our work. Where can they maybe reach out to you?
So I don't use a lot of social media. That has been said before, but I do have LinkedIn. I think previously I wasn't really posting much, but I do have a LinkedIn. Name is Clare Amutuhaire, and I can be reached there. I do occasionally I go there and post my insights and my thoughts, and as regards the tech, and the identity space.
I guess that they will find you there.
Yes,
and
I'll be there.
At the CybaKafe, we're very pleased that you have honored this invite.
Thank you for having me.
A chance to be our very first guest. This has to be said.
Very many times.
Very many times. But as you know, here we try to break down the technology concepts to sort of humanize security and IT and technology, so that people can understand how that can happen. So there you have it, guys, our tech gurus. You know now that I'm not the only one who is working in technology that will come here and shout about these things, but we shall have more people to come and talk about their spaces and what happens in their field. So just like that, we're hoping to keep coming to you and sharing these insights. So take care of yourselves, enjoy the internet safely, and until next time, my name is Venya. Bye.
Bye.